You know, we throw around the words boss and leader like they're the same thing. But are they really? What if the biggest difference between the two actually comes down to what they choose to measure? That's what we're going to dig into today. And our guide is nothing more than two simple clipboards. Okay, so take a look at this. This is the image we're going to break down. And yeah, at first glance, it's just two hands holding two clipboards. But if you look a little closer, you'll see that every detail here tells a really powerful story about two completely different ways to think about work, about management, and, about what actually gets people going. So, this is the question at the heart of it all, right? What really separates a boss from a leader? Is it just the title? Is it about who has the authority? Or is it something deeper, something that's reflected in the little things you track, day in and day out? Let's start with that first clipboard and see what it tells us. So over on the left, we have our boss, and the focus here is 100% on inputs. You know, the time, the resources, the stuff that's being put into the work. Let's see what that actually looks like. Well, the very first thing that jumps out is that title, right? Attendance. That one word tells you pretty much everything you need to know about what's important here. It's not about how the team feels or whether the project is a hit. The number one question is just, are you here? Are you in your seat? It's a way of thinking that feels like it's straight out of the old factory days, where just showing up and punching the clock was the main measure of productivity. And look at the details. I mean, wow. Nick was 1 minute early at 8:59. You can almost picture the boss giving a little silent nod of approval. But then you've got Joel at 9:01, Jen at 9:04, and poor Sam rolling in at 9:15. This isn't just about making sure people show up. This is managing by the second hand, where being just 60 seconds late is a thing that needs to be written down. So when you boil it all down, what's happening here is that the boss's clipboard is built to measure one thing: hours. It works off the idea that the amount of time you spend sitting at a desk is the same thing as the value you create. It's a system that's all about supervision and process. But is there another way? This really just nails the difference, doesn't it? The boss is obsessed with the process, making sure the gears are turning, the clock is ticking. But the leader cares about progress. Are we actually getting somewhere? So with that in mind, let's look at that second clipboard. All right, now we're shifting over to the right side of the image, to the leader, and you're going to see the whole philosophy just flips. We're moving away from inputs and getting laser focused on outcomes. And right off the bat, you see it. The title on this clipboard isn't attendance, it's targets. That one word just changes the entire game. The conversation shifts from when did you get here to what are we all trying to achieve together? And look what's on the list: revenue, followers, views. These aren't things you do, they're things you achieve. This is about impact. In this world, it suddenly doesn't matter one bit that Sam came in at 9:15. The only thing that matters is, did Sam's work help bring in more revenue? Did it get us more views? It is all about the results. This is a mindset that's built for today, where value isn't tied to a time clock, it's tied to creativity and real, tangible outcomes. So yeah, the leader's clipboard measures outcomes. It's a system built on trust, trusting that your team wants to hit the same goals you do and that they'll get the job done, whether they walk in the door at 8:59 or 9:01. So what's the big idea here? The core difference? It really all comes down to a fundamental shift in how you think. It's about moving from a place of control to a place of trust, from managing people to empowering them. Let's just look at the whole picture one more time, side by side. This is really it, isn't it? The boss on the left is watching the clock, focused on compliance. Are you following the rules? The leader on the right is watching the scoreboard, focused on commitment. Are we all in this together? One creates a team of clock watchers. The other creates a team that watches the scoreboard. You know, there is a classic saying that I think just captures this whole thing perfectly. The boss, managing from a distance, just points and says, go. But the leader, who's right there in the trenches with the team, stands shoulder to shoulder with them and says, let's go. It's the difference between an order and an invitation. And that brings it all back to you. Whether you're in charge of a big team, a small project, or, hey, even just your own to-do list, it's a pretty good question to ask yourself. Are you measuring your hours, or are you measuring your outcomes? What does your clipboard say?